All protocols observed. My name is Monica Wairimo, the Deputy Chair, Bunge la Wananchi Kiambu. Mine is just a few questions concerning privatization. Tumeambiwa in layman's language, hiyo ni kusema utaki kutumia selling, but it is selling. How does mwananchi benefit from this? The common mwananchi ana benefitaji from hiyo kuuza? Well, Bwana Mashua mentioned that it is for building roads and so on. I would ask humbly if you can explain to the people, because hapa kwa bunge tunakanga chini tunachapa story vile tunazisikia, lakini kama tunaweza elezewa vizuri what happens, where the money is going and how we are benefiting, probably it will be easier kusema vile tuna nini. Mama mboga atasaidika aje? Yule mama mboga ukiuza, when you're building probably dams or whatever, how mimi kama mwana mboga nitasaidika aje? Mama mboga nitasaidika aje? Probably when you can explain to the people, you know, in detail, in layman's language, they can understand. Ukiuza like KPC, yeah, for 100 shillings, probably 900 shillings minimum, it is mama mboga hata overtakiwa na the banks. You know the banks have big money. Ataweza kuzinunua. If you do, we should be able. Ataweza compete with the big banks, you know, and those investors that have money. Probably if you can explain this, inaweza kuwa easier for us to understand na sio kupinga mambo yenye inaendelea. So niseme nikiwa kama mwana bunge la mwananchi, as my colleagues have said, we need a few things. Ours is about empowerment, to empower us. You know, tuko na watoto, tunahitaji kulea, so we need the empowerment. We have some programs, tuko na woman representative kwa bunge la wananchi. Maybe I could recognize her, Monica Gadura. Salimia kidogo. Yeah. Tuko na wamama wanahitaji mambo kadha wa kadha, maybe tukaweza saidika. We can give you a proposal, we have it before you leave. Maybe you can consider us. Thank you very much for the time.
Thank you. Kiambu, I can see a very good timekeepers. To the last stakeholders, that is the business community. By show of hands again, representation of the business community, tuone kwa ishara ya mkono. Asante wafanyibiashara. I will welcome the first representative, that is Dr. Juliet Kimemia. Karibu sana mama, tumpigie makofi.
Thank you very much. The Cabinet Secretary in charge of National Treasury, Honorable Mbadi, the two Director Generals, Principal of KNAP, Mheshimiwa Mashua, wafanyibiashara, vijana, bunge la wananchi, habari zenu. Habari zenu tena. Situpigie waziri makofi kwa sababu ya kukututembelea. Like you've been told, my name is Dr. Juliet Kimemia. I stand here representing the business community and also representing the women leader, because I sit in the committee of the county commissioner representing all the women in the county under the Gender Technical Working Group. And I am also the Kiambu leader for Africa Women Leaders Network. Muko? Viongozi muko? Na mumengara sana. Waziri, wanawake hapa wanapenda kufanya biashara. Sindio? What we want is just an enabling environment to do business. So first and foremost, these are our input or our suggestions as far as the budget is concerned. We have studied it, and we note that the first charge is on payment of debt. Unfortunately, Waziri, you over-concentrate on foreign debt and you forget the domestic debt. Right now, Kiambu County, we have more than 5 billion in pending bills, stretching from 2014, most of them up to 2022. This has caused a lot of suffering among the business community. We've had many people even dying, being auctioned. And our prayer is that in this coming budget, as you consider paying the foreign debts, kindly consider paying the pending bills. And we would recommend that the pending bills are not controlled, the payments are not controlled by the interests of the sitting government, because they've been accumulated from the first county government, and wananchi walifanyia serikali kazi. So they didn't do it for Kafogo, they didn't do it for Waitito or Nyoro or Wamatangi. So they need to be paid. So there has been a lot of back and forth. The county government saying that they want to verify. How do you verify a Maram road that was done in 2015? Surely it is not right. So we need your intervention as the business community, because this has caused a lot of suffering at community level. And that's why we are having a high cost of living. If this money was released to the local economy, our vijana watapata kazi. We will be able also to access finance from finance institutions. So kindly consider paying the pending bills and let it be delinked from politics. Another suggestion we want to put across is the revision of the public procurement framework, so that it doesn't just favor those people who are called tenderpreneurs. So they have devised systems of even taking what is reserved for special interest groups. Unaona mtu akona tenda Nairobi County, akona tenda Kwakera, akona tenda, the same person. So our suggestion is that at community level, because we have self-help groups, CBOs, they are also considered for pre-qualification, so that they can implement the programs at community level, and then they'll also be able to be the custodians of sustainability, because watajulikana tu hii mradi ilifanywa na Lydia nakaanga pale chini na alikula pesa yetu. So there'll be better accountability if we extend the pre-qualification to the special interest groups, who are self-help groups and CBOs. We want to thank National Treasury for, we have 3 World Bank funded programs that National Treasury is implementing. We have the NAFCDP and the FLOCA and the CEFA. Unfortunately, the CBOs and the self-help groups have not been involved in the implementation and even mapping. Like now, CEFA is a project that is supporting businesses that suffered because of COVID. We've never had public participation about it. We only see occasionally people have been awarded to do monitoring and evaluation, but we have never had a public participation and even being given an opportunity to present our cases that we suffered from COVID. So we would like further discussion on this, and I think the business community is better placed to map the beneficiaries and also ensure that the money is used for the intended purpose. We also would like it to to be disbursed using the format of Nyota. Si tumeona watu wanaitiwa pesa mingi sana huko Kasarani. Si hata sisi wafanye biashara tuitwe tupatiwe machecks zetu za safer. Si ndio na FCDP because sisi wote tumejiandikisha kwa FCDP. Kwa hivyo mtupange hivyo, president akuje atuwekee kwa M-Pesa. So imfikie, si ndio? Ifikie waziri, ifikie rais. Vile vijana wamepata Nyota, hata sisi tupate ya safer na FCDP. Ai, simpige makofi. And this applies to all of us who are seated here. Sisi tunafanya biashara dogo dogo. Tusiachwe nje. Kwa hiyo list yako waziri utupange. Tuende Kasarani tupatiwe hiyo kakitu na mtukufu rais. The fourth one is on gender-based violence. We are happy. We participated in the public participation for the task force, and we saw 3 days ago Nancy Baraza presented it to the president, and one of the recommendations was allocation of a fund. We have already a structured way of engaging, chaired by the county commissioner. So our recommendation for Kiambu is that a fund is allocated, and we will sit with the GBV working group so that we itemize what should be in the fund, including what has been suggested about the rehabilitation center and also safe houses. A lot of gender-based violence happen because people don't have a safe space to run to. So as has been recommended in that report, funding and a budget line that looks at addressing GBV will be really appreciated by us. We have an information. The county government is in the process of establishing the Kiambu County Investment Corporation. Last week we participated in public participation about establishing it. So our request to the National Treasury is that you set up offices for Kenya Development Corporation, Can Invest, and also Privatization Authority to be hosted in this new corporation that has been established by the county government. And board members should come from sisi, si ndio? Tuingie kwa hizo maboards, eh? Bona mwongei loudly. Yeah, so we will do a follow-up once we finish with the county assembly, the public participation, so that at least that institution is localized here. So that we also have, the way Musea is very vibrant and functional here, then KDC Can Invest and Privatization Authority can have a presence in the county. That is on budget. On the private, no, you know I'm from Murima. Privatization. Kaifafa. Here. What we would like is just the best value for money. We are not going to oppose, because I think Safaricom pipeline, there has been serious consideration that has been put in place. So just ensure we have best value for money. Ensure that there is sensitivity to local ownership. We wouldn't want to hear that we are reporting to Uganda, because Ugandans have bought the majority of wherever. I think it should be in law that at least 30% minimum should be retained locally. We are also requesting for sensitivity to special interest groups. Those are women, youth, and persons with disability. A transparent model of utilizing the proceeds from the sale of the the public institutions. And we also suggesting that you further amend the regulations for PPP so that local PPP arrangements are mainstreamed in the law. Currently, it favors huge enterprises and would like the micro and small enterprises authorities to participate in the partnership, including access to resources like financing. This, we believe, will bridge the gap between the rich tenderpreneurs and wafanyibiashara wadogo kama sisi. Amen? So we are also offering ourselves to protect public assets, like the roadside assets owned by Kenha. We are offering ourselves to do businesses that are organized there so that land grabbing can be checked. We also have a problem, Waziri, in Githurai. That's where I come from. We have a market, 800 million worth, that for the last 4 years has never been utilized because I think there was a problem with the design, and there's also a problem with the engagement of the community, government, and among themselves. So we need, if it cannot serve as a market, then it can be converted to even accommodate children. Because in Githurai, there's a primary school that sits on half an acre and it has 5,000 students. So we were talking with the DCC and we are like, probably it can be reviewed so that it accommodates students, it becomes a school or something like that. Finally, to KIST and all of us who are here, we are proposing that if the National Treasury can finance the establishment of a multi-sectoral, multi-stakeholder innovation center or business development hub here, where us from the Chamber of Commerce can be able to showcase the opportunities we have. We can be able to train young people on business skills, financial literacy, and just mobilize investments in an organized way. And Mr. Waitito here is just smiling because it's going to change how we do business in Kiambu and in Kenya. Thank you very much.
That was very comprehensive.